A squadron of Russian fighter jets entered the skies, confident in their mission and certain of their dominance. They believed that their speed, their firepower, and their experience would secure the battlefield. But what they did not know was that Ukraine had been waiting for this exact moment. The air defenses were not just ready, they were patient, watching, calculating, and waiting for the perfect time to strike. When the Russian formation approached, the skies lit up with missiles, radar locks, and explosive interceptions that turned the hunters into the hunted. Within minutes, the pride of Russia's air fleet was shattered, burning wreckage falling from the sky, and Ukraine had scored one of the most decisive victories in the ongoing conflict. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Global Conflict News channel, and if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe for more deep insights into modern warfare, defense technology, and the strategies shaping today's battlefield. The story of Ukraine destroying an entire formation of Russian jets is not just a single event, it is a reflection of modern warfare where preparation and intelligence often defeat brute force. At first glance, these Russian jets, many of them advanced Su-34s and Su-35s, look like formidable machines. From the outside, they have sleek aerodynamic lines, twin engines capable of pushing them to supersonic speeds, and a menacing profile that has long been the pride of the Russian Air Force. The exterior design of these jets is built for performance, with large wings for maneuverability, thrust vectoring engines for agility in dogfights, and a weapons payload that can carry guided missiles, bombs, and cannons. On paper, this makes them deadly predators of the sky. But as this incident showed, a strong exterior cannot hide vulnerabilities when the enemy knows how to exploit them. Inside the cockpit, Russian jets provide their pilots with modern avionics, heads-up displays, targeting radars, and advanced navigation systems. The cockpit is designed to give pilots situational awareness, allowing them to track multiple targets, lock onto threats, and engage in combat with confidence. Yet, in the chaos of this ambush, all of that technology could not save them. Ukrainian defenses struck fast and hard, and even with warning alerts, flares, and countermeasures, the pilots found themselves overwhelmed. The interior may look advanced, but in modern war, pilot workload and surprise factor often determine survival. When missiles are already on their way and the sky is full of radar locks, no cockpit design in the world can provide enough comfort. In terms of performance, Russian jets have always been marketed as among the best in the world. The Su-35, for instance, is capable of speeds exceeding Mach 2, with high maneuverability thanks to thrust vectoring nozzles. It can carry long-range missiles designed to hit targets over 200 kilometers away and is considered one of Russia's most advanced fighters. The Su-34 bomber variant carries heavy payloads and is used for ground strikes as well as long-range missions. However, these paper specifications mean little if the jets cannot survive to use them. Ukraine's integrated air defense system, supplied and supported by Western technology, made sure these performance numbers became meaningless. By setting up radar traps, coordinating with multiple launchers, and ensuring overlapping fields of fire, Ukraine turned the sky into a deadly maze that even high-speed jets could not escape. Safety features in these jets include flares to trick heat-seeking missiles, electronic countermeasures to jam radars, and maneuverability to dodge attacks. But the reality of this battle revealed their limitations. When modern NATO-supplied systems, like Patriot and NASAMS, are used together, the countermeasures of Russian aircraft become outdated. Missiles locked on, adapted to counter flares, and destroyed aircraft before pilots could respond. The failure of these safety systems revealed a critical truth. Survivability in modern war depends less on aircraft tricks and more on information dominance. Ukraine had information, coordination, and timing. Russia had speed and firepower, but no warning and no escape. What makes this event unique is not just that jets were destroyed, but the manner in which it happened. Ukraine demonstrated discipline by waiting, conserving missiles, and not revealing their positions too early. They knew Russian formations would come, and by keeping their radars silent until the right moment, they achieved total surprise. This was not a random success but a carefully orchestrated trap. The unique selling point of this encounter was the demonstration that quality defense planning, combined with modern systems, can neutralize expensive air power. It is a message not just to Russia, but to the world, that air superiority is no longer guaranteed by having fast jets alone. The cost of this battle was enormous for Russia. Each Su-35 costs between $50 to $70 million. Each Su-34 bomber is similarly priced in tens of millions. Losing multiple aircraft in one encounter meant hundreds of millions of dollars worth of advanced equipment was destroyed in minutes. On top of that, trained pilots, who take years and millions to prepare, were lost or forced to eject. Ukraine, on the other hand, used far cheaper missiles to achieve this victory. A single interceptor missile costing a few $1,000,000 took down jets that cost 10 times more. The economics of this fight showed how asymmetric defense can cripple a larger opponent. The conclusion from this story is powerful. Russia entered the battlefield with confidence, relying on the raw strength of its air fleet. Ukraine responded with patience, intelligence, and technology. The result was decisive. Jets that should have dominated instead became wreckage on the ground. This is the essence of modern warfare: strategy beats strength, preparation beats speed, and information beats firepower. The destroyed formation is not just a loss of equipment for Russia, it is a symbol of how outdated assumptions of dominance can fail in the face of well-prepared resistance. For Ukraine, it was a moment of triumph, showing the world that determination, planning, and the right tools can achieve the impossible. And for military observers everywhere, it is a case study in how the skies of the future will be contested, not by who has the fastest jets, but by who has the smartest defenses. Now, when we look deeper into the psychology of this encounter, we realize why this event was so significant. For Russian pilots, flying advanced machines has always come with the belief that they could outmaneuver or overpower their enemies. For years, Russian aviation has been promoted as a rival to Western airpower. But on that day, in that sky, those pilots were reminded that no amount of bravado can protect against a prepared opponent. Their training told them to trust in their speed, their jammers, and their maneuvers. Yet in practice, none of it mattered. Ukrainian radar networks tracked them silently, missile crews waited patiently, and when the order came, everything unfolded too fast for the Russians to react. This was not just a defeat of machines but a defeat of belief. For Ukraine, the success was more than a tactical victory. It was a boost of morale, a demonstration to their people and to the world that they could not only defend their skies but also strike back at one of the most feared parts of the Russian arsenal. Each destroyed jet was not just wreckage, it was a symbol of survival, resistance, and hope. In a war where resources are limited, victories like these carry meaning beyond the battlefield. They inspire, they energize, and they prove that David can still wound Goliath. Technically speaking, the battle also exposed flaws in Russian coordination. Sending jets in formations without sufficient electronic warfare support, without suppressing air defenses first, and without real-time awareness of Ukrainian positions was a mistake. In modern doctrine, air superiority requires layered operations: fighters, jammers, drones, and missiles all working together. Instead, Russia relied too heavily on the intimidation factor of its jets, expecting fear and firepower to break defenses. Ukraine showed that fear can be conquered and firepower can be outsmarted. The lesson is clear: outdated tactics, no matter how many jets are used, cannot overcome modern, layered defense. When analyzing the economics again, we must remember that wars are not only fought on the battlefield but also in the wallets of nations. For every Russian jet destroyed, the Kremlin loses millions in assets. For every missile Ukraine fires, they spend far less. The imbalance means that over time, Russia bleeds resources faster than Ukraine. It is a battle of efficiency, and efficiency is exactly what Ukraine displayed in this encounter. To summarize the broader picture, this incident reflects the changing nature of air warfare in the 21st century. Stealth, coordination, intelligence, and missile defense are now more powerful than raw speed and dogfighting maneuvers. While Russian jets may look impressive on the runway, their exterior design and power cannot protect them from missiles they cannot see coming. Their interiors may be filled with modern screens and radar, but even the best cockpit cannot save a pilot from a missile already seconds away from impact. Their performance numbers may look unmatched on paper, but without the right strategy, those numbers become meaningless. Their safety features may have worked in older conflicts, but against modern systems, they failed. And their price, tens of millions per jet, only highlights the devastating cost of losing them. In the end, the destruction of this Russian formation was not just about planes falling from the sky. It was about the clash of two philosophies: one that believes in brute force and intimidation, and one that believes in patience, intelligence, and strategy. Ukraine proved that in today's world, the latter is stronger. And as we continue to watch this conflict unfold, one thing is certain: the skies will never again belong to those who rely only on speed and power. They will belong to those who adapt, who think, and who strike with precision at the right moment. Thank you for watching Global Conflict News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more in-depth analysis of modern battles and defense technology. This story reminds us all that no matter how powerful an enemy may seem, preparation and courage can change the outcome.